Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name's Claire and my channel is all about all things planning, goal setting, and a little bit of lifestyle content thrown in as well. So today what I'm doing is doing a weekend review of this week that just ended. So it's currently Sunday night and I'm just going to go through what did I plan for this week, and how did I do? What did I get done? Did I change my plan as I progressed through the week? And we'll kind of just hop into it. So this is the week of November 25th. So to start my week, I will start on Monday. So in my planner, I do like a Monday through Sunday planner. So if you're new here, we're starting on the Monday rather than the Sunday. And so on Monday, the things that I had kind of planned to do was interview prep. So I did have a interview on Tuesday. And it was just like a pre-screen interview. So it wasn't like super intense or anything, but I did kind of prep and did my research on the company I was going to be meeting with. I had one YouTube video to go up, which was my weekly plan with me. That went up as scheduled, so all good there. On Monday morning, I also had a vet appointment for my dog Maisie. She is just one, so she's still quite little, and she had a mass that I noticed about a week or so ago develop on her leg. So we just went in to have that looked at. The prognosis on that is basically she's a mixed breed and we don't know what she's mixed with, but there's specific breeds that like when they're little, they do have masses develop and then they fall off and totally normal. And some of the breeds she gave us was like Boxer, Staffy, and those are definitely breeds that Maisie could have in her. So essentially we went in, they tried to like take a sample from it, but because it's on her leg, it's just really sensitive for putting a needle in, but doesn't seem to have like any pain to the touch. So basically what we're doing is we're waiting like a week and a half. We're going to see if it's still there, and if it is still there, we're just going to have it removed to be safe. But that went pretty smoothly. It was a pretty quick appointment, pretty pain-free, honestly. In terms of my wellness activities, so I did my journaling, I did my walk with the dogs. I did do one page out of my angel book, and I did write that kind of on the page, so you can see that there. If you want to like pause your screen and read that, you can. And then in terms of meditation, that's something that I put every day, but I don't always manage to do that. That being said, like every night when I go to bed, I listen to like binaural beats, which is kind of like a meditative kind of track that I listen to. I listen to the same one every night. So I do kind of have like that meditative moment in the evening. But when I'm saying meditate, I'm meaning like sitting down and listening to a guided meditation. That's kind of like walking me through different thoughts or whatever I might be trying to work on. If you're interested in guided meditations, I do actually have a couple on my channel. So I'll add a little card above, and just in case you're interested, you can check those out. I currently have two. They have a pretty low kind of like watch rate as of right now, but I also like haven't really broadcasted that I have them anywhere. So depending how they do and if anyone's interested in more, I can certainly make more. But I just have the two there. And the reason I have those two is because for the bundles that I make on Etsy, for each of the bundle, I have one on daily rituals and one on overcoming the overwhelm. I created the guided meditation to go with each of those bundles, and then I just decided to upload that on YouTube for anyone who might want to kind of watch it and listen to it. The last item on Monday was to start my statistics course, and you'll see that throughout this week, I have statistics written a lot, and honestly, I didn't do a lot of school this week. I had a couple days where I spent like kind of pretty full days working on it. But in terms of what I wanted to get done, which was virtually the whole course, and what I did get done, which was about 20% of the course, maybe a little bit more because the first module is like 5 chapters, and a lot of the ones after only 2 or 3. So it's the foundation knowledge of the whole course, and it's also like twice the size of the other modules. So it's just taking me a little bit longer to get through the first one. I'm done that now. I just have kind of like one question for the assignment left to do, then I'm moving on to the next module. But that being said, it's taken me a little while to get into it. I'm also right off of the back of already having completed like the equivalent of 3 university courses in full in November. So I'm trying to be mindful of not pushing myself to the point of burning out. And then lastly, the other thing is like we're approaching the end of the year and I'm really wanting to, one, I decided I wanted to do Vlogmas. So I want to have the time and the freedom to like create videos and get content up. And then the other thing is I have a planner and a stationery business that I'm trying to grow. And this is a great time for me to be like focusing on making sure that I have products for people to do. And I'm pushing out like the items that I have available and updating listings and creating products and getting things out there into the world. So I'm trying to balance my business, my personal goals, and then also balancing that with all of the things that I just have going on in my personal life and navigating directionally, like where do I want to take my life? So with everything happening, I'm just trying to give myself like as much grace as possible. And then the last point I'll make on this is the way that I've done my semester, which is all kind of self-paced. So within this semester, I've already done my project management professional certification in full. And then on top of that, I've done those 3 courses for my degree. And then I technically have 3 more that I want to get done. But even if I finish kind of 2, I would be at the 15 credits for a full course load. So I'm currently scheduling as if I want to get all 3 done, which I'm still going to see if I can do. But I'm also giving myself grace if it's only 2 and instead I put that like time and resources into my business and my YouTube, if that makes sense. So that was a lot of talking for Monday, but that's kind of where we landed with that. In terms of Tuesday, so I had my interview at 11:45. Which obviously means like a lot of my morning was just like mentally preparing for that. I wasn't necessarily going to like get into my schoolwork before that. So I just kind of took the morning, had a nice slow morning, did a lot of my mindset and my meditation and my journaling and all of that. And then I did have some time to work on my course like after my interview. So in the afternoon I did do my studying. And I read 2 chapters for my statistics course. And then that obviously involves like going through and doing all of the practice questions, doing the portion of my assignment for those 2 chapters as well. Moving on to Wednesday. So on Wednesday I did have my December plan with me video went up. So that went up as scheduled. So on the Wednesday, I had my December plan with me go up. So that's just like where I set up the whole December month of my big goals and doing the monthly spread and the monthly goals pages. And then I just have the self-care items. So the journal, meditate, walk, get fully ready, which is like, you know, get dressed, do my hair, do my makeup. That's something that I'm really trying to make a conscious effort to do. And then when I am doing like my skincare and my makeup, kind of looking myself in the eyes in the mirror and, you know, thinking positive thoughts, potentially doing affirmations, doing self-love, all of that type of stuff is part of what I'm trying to integrate with that whole ritual as I'm developing that. In terms of my habits, I did add like a habit tracker on the Wednesday. So I actually just added like a checklist that you'll see. And so that's meditate, journal, get ready, walk. Filming, statistics, I did aim to finish module 1, but as I mentioned, that's something that's just kind of drug throughout the whole week. Moving to Thursday. So again, Thursday, I thought I would go into it and have a really good day. I didn't wind up finishing chapter 5. However, I did get most of it read. So I read the actual chapter, but all I had left was to read like the booklet component that I have for my course that walks through some of the calculations and some of the logic and how to enter them into the calculator. So all I had left kind of going out of this day was my question for my assignment. And then once I do that question, my assignment's ready to be submitted. Module is fully done. I had a little sticker here saying to make a decision on my exam. So my exam was originally scheduled for the 30th of November. I decided to push that back to next Thursday. And I'm hoping to finish by next Thursday. But like I said, I'm trying to find more balance in my life between my different priorities. So it may be something I push back a little bit more. And I'm just kind of playing it by ear. Again, really focusing on my mental state, my mental capacity, because if I don't have the capacity, even if I plan for it, I'm either going to burn myself out or just not do as good as a job as I want to and kind of sabotage it. So just being mindful of how I'm feeling. I did do my journaling, and Thursday was just a low energy day, so I didn't do a lot of my other stuff in terms of like meditating, getting dressed. I kind of stayed in my comfy clothes all day, lounged around a little bit. I did do like the garbage, and I did do the laundry as well, but aside from that, didn't get a ton of stuff done on Thursday. In terms of Friday, so I didn't do any school on Friday. I wound up doing most of my self-care. So I did do my journaling, I did do my meditation and my walk and getting fully ready. My Friday video went up on the 29th, and that video was a week in review for last week. So similar to this format, but for the week prior. For Saturday, so I did have a pretty good day on Saturday, which was yesterday, and again, it wasn't like a super heavy productive day, but it was a good day for my mindset. So I did drive into town. I took the scenic route. I actually did a little vlog on Saturday where you can kind of see me driving into the town, and you'll see all the trees on the road, and it's just really beautiful. And what I did Saturday was I went to the art store. I got a couple journals. I've actually got them here. So I've got like this really beautiful journal. And I've got this one. So my journal that I'm currently using, I'm approaching the end. So I got a couple new ones just because they were both so beautiful and they were pretty decently priced. The other thing I got was this little dot grid journal, which I'm going to use. So now I have two, so I'm going to use one for like my reading journal, and then I'll set another one up as like a 2025 bullet journal. So this one's quite small, so I think I'm going to probably use this one as my reading journal. And there's just nowhere to get anything in terms of dotted journals on the island, so that was really my only option, aside from like a big like A4 size book, which I didn't really want. And right now where I'm living, all of our final mile is done by Canada Post, so I can't even order like on Amazon or anywhere that usually like delivers FedEx. My only option is really like in person. So that's kind of what we're left with. So not really what I wanted, but I think it'll do the trick in terms of being able to set up a spread. And I think it might actually turn out to be a cute kind of little reading journal, because I don't think I'm gonna need like a massive one, because just I'm trying to think of like what I'm gonna put in there for my spreads I set up, and I don't think I'm gonna need too much. So I went to the art store, and then the other thing I got, again, I did like kind of walk through all of this in my video about Saturday, but these are all kind of like literary stickers. And I thought as I'm doing my reading journal, these will be super fun to use. And there's a couple pages that are like this, that are kind of just like covers of books, and there's a couple pages that are like spines of books. So it's pretty cool actually, like in terms of what they have here. I was just gonna see if I could find one that had the spines of the books, but of course, like this one's cool. You got like a little library. Yeah, so just some really neat stickers that I thought would be really fun to integrate into my reading journal. And I'm gonna set that up this week. I'm really excited to get that done. So that was the art store. And then at the art store, I also did go to the pet store that's in the same building. And I got a few things in terms of like food and a couple toys for my dogs. Again, that's in my haul video if you watch my day one Vlogmas. And I went to, there was a little Christmas market happening in town, which actually meant it was pretty busy everywhere, so I didn't film as much as I had kind of hoped to. And while I was at the market, I got a few like handmade soaps and stuff just to give as Christmas gifts. So yeah, that was pretty cool to go out and do that. And then I just did like groceries and things like that. And then when I got home, a lot of the day was kind of spent like putting that footage together, editing it, getting it uploaded, all of that kind of stuff. In terms of my self-care on Saturday, so I didn't meditate, and I find something I'm trying to work on is often when I have like a lot of things I'm wanting to do in the day, I'll kind of just journal and then get up and try to get into my day. So I'm trying to figure out integrating meditation even when it feels like I don't have time, because it's only like, a 10-minute thing usually. So I do have the time. I just have to get myself into a mental state where it feels like I have the time. I did go for a walk, and then obviously I got ready because I kind of spent the day out and about. And then the last place I went was to Home Hardware, and again, I got a couple little things for the dogs. They didn't really have what I was ultimately looking for. I didn't have high hopes, but I was hoping that there might be the ability to see if they had like a little kind of small auto section or the ability to order in auto parts, but it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to do that. So I'm looking into a different option. I just need to get a car battery. So trying to figure that out with the postal strike. So lots of fun. And then Sunday. So this is the day that we're on today. So I did do my journaling. I did my meditation this morning. I did get ready, and I actually filmed a little morning routine vlog. So that will be my third day VLOGMAS video. If you go back and look, that should already be out by the time this video's up. And then I also pulled a card from my animal spirit deck, and I've actually got that here. So it's from this one, and it's by Colette Baron Reed. So in my morning ritual, I pulled a card, and I just read the description and the meaning within the book on that video. So that was a really beautiful card. I pulled the whale spirit. My walk with the dog. So it's before dinner right now. So usually what I do is I eat dinner, I feed the dogs, and then when they come out, we go out at that time. And then the rest of today has really been devoted to filming. So filming a few videos, getting ready for Vlogmas, making sure I have enough content for this upcoming week, and just setting myself up for success. Really hoping to post every single day, so we'll see how I go, but that's really kind of how things are progressing in terms of today. I do have like a daily reflection, so that one I did fill in today. How I'm feeling. I'm feeling really happy today. The sun was shining this morning. I did all of my things this morning in terms of my self-care, and I do always feel better when I'm doing that. And I think because I was filming my morning routine video, I was also like more present and engaged while I was doing it, if that makes sense. So rather than like going through the motions and going through your routine, when you're actually like kind of filming yourself and thinking about what you're doing more and being, I guess, like almost more present in a way, it kind of helps it resonate with you as you're going through it and just really appreciating like everything that you're doing. In terms of my to-do list for the week, so I have YouTube. I wanted to upload the 3 videos, and so I did that. My wellness activities, I'm really working on consistency and getting my daily rituals where I want them to be, and I'm doing that like as a slow progression. So I fell off track kind of with everything. I brought my journaling back first, which really helps me the most in terms of centering me, reconnecting me with like myself and what I need. Now I'm focusing on kind of my meditation. That one's getting better. It's getting pretty consistent in terms of like, 50-50. I'm doing it, if not more. And then now what I'm working on is integrating, like actually making sure I'm putting the effort into myself and investing energy into getting me ready and making me feel good in terms of my morning routine. So all of that is looking pretty good. I wanted to do my December planning, so all of that was kind of done when I did my December plan with my video. So that was kind of a combo one. And then in terms of my filming planning, so with that, I wanted to kind of have an idea, how am I going to approach Vlogmas? When am I going to do my filming? To make sure that I'm not like scrambling and I'm actually having the time to enjoy putting the videos together that I'm doing, and enjoying the process rather than it being a chore. It's my first Vlogmas. I'm really enjoying it so far. So really glad that I decided to kind of go all in for this. And then in terms of my important, I did have my stat course, which I originally put as my top priority. But when I was doing my December planning, and I think I even say it in that video, I decided while I was doing my December calendar planning on like my wall planning system, and that is my Overcome the Overwhelm system. If you're interested, you can check out that video. It's kind of towards the end of the video. But I've remembered that it's VLOGMAS, which I had totally kind of forgotten about. And so I decided that I'm going to follow that path and that kind of spark of inspiration that kind of came to me while I did that. So when I decided to do that at the beginning of this week, I kind of realized that I might need to further reshuffle my priorities just to make sure that I'm able to do kind of what feels right to me in this moment. So that's it. That is my weekly recap. Thank you for staying with me. I know it's been quite a long video. I always post these every single week. I post a recap every single week because I think it's important to see realistically, like, what does somebody get to? Like, yes, I have these lofty goals. So I'm somebody, I like to do stretch targets, and then even if I fall a little bit short, I'm still able to make more progress than if I had done like maybe a more realistic target. Because if I sell myself short in terms of what I think might be possible, then maybe I'll kind of succumb to that rather than trying to push myself to do, you know, what ideally I would like to get done, you know, in a dream scenario, a dream world, and maybe fall a little bit short from that, but still be maybe what I would have done if I was just looking like realistically, what do I know I'm for sure going to do? So that's kind of my approach with this. But I like to also come back each week and say, okay, you know, I plan to do this whole stat course in terms of like the content of the course this week. And actually I got 20% of the way done. And the reason that that happened is because earlier this week, I decided that I'm actually wanting to do Vlogmas and focus on my planning content. And I have been neglecting all of my business goals and ambitions that's really important to me. And I need to figure out, how do I give myself that mental capacity and the energy back to be able to pursue not just one goal, but more holistically the goals that I know are going to get me where I want to be in my life. So sometimes you need to reshuffle your priorities, and sometimes you need to just give yourself like that grace to allow you to navigate those thoughts and those feelings. And so I hope that you enjoy the recap videos and the week in review. I'm also going to be doing probably a November in review. So what did I plan to do in November as a whole? And then where did I land with that? So, you know, my big list of goals that I do at the beginning of the month and like my November plan with me, do I actually achieve them? Do I push them back? Do I achieve them early? Do I do some of the things but not the others? You know, have I come off balance somewhere? Which I did find this month I leaned too much into school and all of my other stuff kind of fell to the wayside. So now I'm trying to write the priorities again so that I'm able to be more balanced in what I'm doing in my life. So thank you so much for watching. As always, if you could give me a like if you did enjoy this video, it helps me out a lot. If you're not already subscribed, I would love it if you would subscribe and join our little community here. And feel free to hit that little notification bell, especially as I'm doing Vlogmas. It will notify you when I upload. And so you'll make sure that you're not missing any of my Vlogmas videos. Thank you so much. I hope you have a beautiful day.